Hi, I'm Debbie Gonin-Braun from Team Gonin at Remax About Town. The March 2018 real estate results are in, and for the life of me, I cannot understand why everyone is comparing last year's real estate results to this year. We all know last spring was an exceptional time, but not necessarily the greatest. And we all had overinflated, unrealistic prices, which honestly the market simply couldn't sustain. So of course, it's no wonder that average and median sale prices are down since then. We are in a completely different real estate market with completely different economic fundamentals. Um, but what's really nice to remember is that we are now in a more normal, balanced market. And in fact, we haven't seen one of those markets in many years. Yes, sales are down from 2017. And I think that's really a result of two things. The first being there are a number of buyers that are sitting on the sidelines waiting to see perhaps if sale prices will drop further based on all the negative news they're hearing in the media. And to illustrate this, I did a comparison for houses that sold in the month of March in Oakville for $2 million plus. And last month there were 16 houses that sold compared to the 56 that sold in March of 2017. So there's your indicator as to why average and median sale prices are actually lower. The second reason that sales are down is that there are a number of buyers that are finding it far more difficult to get a mortgage this year. With the new OFSI mandated stress test, it is much harder to qualify for a mortgage this year than it was this time last year. Now, although sales were down compared to last year, I report on, or I look at stats for four areas: Oakville, Burlington, Mississauga, and Milton. And all four cities showed a larger number of sales in the month of March than there were in February. And obviously this is because we're now in the spring market and there's a little bit more activity. And each month for the rest of the spring, activity should increase. Now, we know that demand is down. And obviously we see from all the number of houses on the market that the supply of houses has increased. So in all four of the cities that I looked at, that I take stats for, all cities have many more homes for sale. But isn't that a good thing? Like, I am so confused. Don't buyers want to have more choice of homes to buy? Don't they want to be able to think about a house for more than 10 minutes should they find one that they like? And should they decide to put in an offer, more often than not, they're able to put in an offer that is conditional on satisfactory financing or inspection, or inspection. So personally, I think it's a fabulous thing that there are more houses for sale for the buyers. Sellers, on the other hand, they now have to compete with many more houses. So their house has to be realistically priced, and it has to show to perfection. If it doesn't, then the only thing they're doing is helping to sell other listings. And everybody has to remember that it is taking way longer now to sell a house than it did before. You know, last spring things were selling in minutes, perhaps days if they were holding offers, and now you're easily looking at 30 to 60 days. Okay, that's not an unusual time frame in a balanced market. As I said, this is a normal market. Now, what you may want to do is take a look at the stats below, or if there aren't actual stats, there might be a link to my blog site where the stats are. And you're going to basically see how Oakville, Milton, Burlington, and Mississauga have done individually as cities. And I compare them back to 2016. But what you are going to notice is that all four cities have reported at or above median and average sale prices to those in 2016. And let's remember, there were some economic pundits that thought in 2016 that the market was going to crash. They thought, oh, prices were so high in 2016 that it couldn't possibly last. So in actual fact, to be at or above 2016 levels today is a good thing, right? It doesn't mean that we're having such a terrible market. I actually have to say, I started real estate in 1995. Now, I know that's a long time ago. I don't think there has been a year where, people were suggesting that the market was going to crash. Every single year they say, oh, the market's going to crash. And they did in fact get it right in 2008, when in the fall of 2008, but that only lasted, as you know, for a few months. So I honestly think that we are going to have a much stronger second half of 2018 than the first half. And that's because we're not going to have to compare this year versus last year to something that was so ridiculous last year. We just need to forget what happened in the first 4 months of 2017. But here's what I recommend. If you're thinking of moving, do so. You're moving within the same market, so that doesn't matter. But what's really important is that you know what you now qualify for. If you had your qualification done in the fall, please go and speak to your bank and do it again, because what you qualified for in the fall is most probably not what you're going to qualify for today. If you want to stay in your house and simply see what the market does over the next few months, do that. That's a great idea. And if you don't know what to do, or if you're a little bit confused, give us a call. We're here to help. We would love to be able to come and see you, tell you what your house is worth, give you some information and advice so that you can make an informed decision. Please don't listen to everything that you hear in the news, because it's, as I said, they're comparing this market to last year's market, and they're not comparable. Anyway, I'm Debbie Gonin-Braun from Team Gonin at RE/MAX About Town. You can call or text me at 647-800-7097 or by email at info@teamgonin.com. I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much for listening, and have a wonderful day. Bye.